Hello, this is the assignment explanation for the health promotion unit. So hopefully by now you should know what an assignment brief looks like. In this unit, the assessment consists of 2 essays. So now in most units so far you will have been given a different set of grading descriptors. In this unit it's application and knowledge, and your assignment brief explains what that refers to. It's use of information, which will probably be a new one, but that's looking specifically at your analysis of a campaign, and communication and presentation and quality. So the main purpose of this video is to just give you an outline and further explanation of the 2 parts of your assignment. So it's 2 essays, approximately 1,000 words each. The first essay is to evaluate a recent or ongoing health promotion campaign. Now, you can all read, that's in your assignment brief. What I'm going to do now is just talk you through step by step what each of the essays should consist of. Just remember, this is general instructions. If your tutors have given you specific instructions, you must always, those take priority. Okay, so these are general instructions. So let's look at this first part. So you're evaluating a campaign basically. You're describing the aims of the campaign and then evaluating the methods used in the campaign. And then finally talking about how well you think the campaign has gone. So we can break that down if we look at this plan. This is available on Moodle as a PowerPoint as well. So basically, essay 1. These are the stages you should go through. Okay, so obviously you select your campaign. You introduce the campaign and talk about what its aims are. What's this campaign trying to do? What's the point of it? You then describe and evaluate the methods it's using. So it might be television adverts, it might be leaflets, radio, it might be talks and presentations in schools. You have to take each one of those and talk about the strengths and weaknesses of those methods. Okay, so TV adverts, for instance, can reach a wide audience, but they're quite expensive and they have to be quite short, so there are strengths and weaknesses there. And then finally, for essay 1, you say, in your opinion, how successful you think that campaign was, how successful it will be in future, or how successful it is now. It all depends on the nature of the campaign. It might be a past one, a current one, or maybe one that's just started. So that's essay 1. Returning to the brief, you have essay 2. Now this is where you're addressing and looking at 2 models of health promotion and education. Okay, so for this one, what I've done here in the essay plan is, in the class that I took, we looked at these 2 models. We looked at these 2 models, health belief and the trans-theoretical or stages of change model. In your classes you may have looked at others. Basically, in this essay, you introduce it, say what you're going to be talking about. Then, whatever your 2 models are, so I've put these examples because this is what we did in my class, you describe them. Then, once you've described your 2 models, you take one of them and then apply it to a health promotion campaign. So by that, you take the various components of the model and say, if you were using this model in a health campaign where, for instance, you were trying to stop people drinking as much, here's how the various stages would fit in. Now, that all depends on what your model is. So for the health belief model, for instance, you could just go through, this is the stages of it, and say we're trying to get people to adopt a health behaviour, for instance, cut down on drinking alcohol. So how would a campaign make them perceive a threat to their health? How would a campaign make them see that the benefits outweigh the costs? How would it remind them internally and externally of cues to changing their behaviour? And finally, how would a campaign address demographics? So a campaign might want to focus on people of a particular age. So how would it change the way it does things according to that? So like I say, that's one of the models we did in my classes. You may have done others. So that's what you're doing by applying it. You're describing the two models, take one of them, and then say, if I was using this model in a health promotion campaign, here are the stages I would go through. And then finally, you end with a conclusion where you're summarising what you have been discussing in the essay previously. So you've got two essays there. One is the campaign. Second one is looking at models and applying them to a campaign, which can be a real one or an imagined one. So hopefully that's helped a little. Obviously your individual tutors, you may have gone through specific models that they would like you to use, or they've just given you a choice. So those models, that's completely up to you which one you choose. For essay 1, basically the reason this is a blended unit is you can choose any health promotion campaign, so it would really be impossible to cover everyone in taught classes. So that's what you've got to do. Two essays, 1,000 words each. These have got to be in week commencing the 18th of April. The actual day depends on when your class is in health studies, sociology. So just try and break them down as I've done here. Try and do a little bit at a time so it's not overwhelming you. You don't want to be working too hard over Easter. Okay, right, so hopefully that has been of some help. Good luck, and I'm sure you'll all do very well. Thanks.